In today's news, locals and USVI man charged with gun and ammo in King Garden Bay operation. Legend vessel to seat up to 149 passengers between BVI and USVI. 3 remarkable women to vie for the title of Miss Royal Virgin Islands Police Force. BVI under-17s to compete in 2025 CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. Commentator questions speed of appeal in former minister's case. DOMINICA'S DYER crowned Miss OECS 2025. Governor BRYAN implements protection measures for USVI residents. Medical transport plane crashes in Philadelphia, killing 6. We have the details of this all on the local, regional, as well as international scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break. Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but we disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gent still stand. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman by yours truly, Ron Grant, presents Season 7. Introducing Travi Rose, Creative Director. Alex Lake, Businessman. Sean Black, Cinematographer. Dakari Wheatley Adams, Content Creator. Donandre Millwood, Educator and Musician. Hashim Dream, Entertainer. James Todman Sr., Contractor. Dr. Albert Tompkins, Psychotherapist. Walter Barrett, Author. Rakim Todman, Producer and Engineer. Kamal Letson, Photographer. Roosevelt Smith III, Sales Manager and Hospitality Professional. Leland Abraham, IT Technician and Cybersecurity Analyst. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman Season 7, coming January 29th at 8 p.m. exclusively on 284 Media. Get ready to reason, reflect, and redefine yourself through the stories of real-life heroes. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman Season 7, Raising a Generation of Greatness. Voted Top 35 Gentleman Podcast Worldwide by FeedSpot and BI Icon Award winner. Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Monday, February 3rd, 2025. I'm Ron Grant bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A happy Monday's wish to each and every one of you. Thank you all so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force made significant strides in its fight against violent crimes with the arrest of 4 individuals following a search operation in King Garden Bay on Friday, January 24th, 2025. The operation resulted in the discovery of 2 firearms and multiple rounds of ammunition. Charged in connection with the illegal firearms are 22-year-old Kadeem Colwood of King Garden Bay, 22-year-old Kahim Colwood, also of King Garden Bay, and 22-year-old Jerry Smith of the United States Virgin Islands, and a 17-year-old minor, also from King Garden Bay. Now, 4 individuals, all of them, face charges of keeping a firearm without a license and unlawful possession of explosives. In addition to these charges, Jerry Smith has been charged with overstaying his landing permit. While the Colwoods were granted bail in the sum of $60,000 each, their lack of surety led to their remained behind His Majesty's prison in Balsam Gut. Now, the 17-year-old male was also granted bail set at $50,000. Jerry Smith, however, has been remanded. All 4 are scheduled to appear in the Magistrates Court on March 5th of 2025. In a statement, Acting Commissioner of Police Jacqueline Vanterpool expressed her satisfaction with the operation, praising the professionalism of the officers involved. She also highlighted the importance of removing firearms from the streets as a key step in reducing violent crime. She said, and I quote, "The removal of these firearms from our streets is a significant step in making our communities safer." She also said, "I commend the officers for their professionalism and dedication." Now, viewers, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force say they continue to encourage members of the public to report any suspicious activity. Confidential tips can be submitted to Crime Stoppers at 800-8477 or directly to the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force Intelligent Unit at 368-9339. Smith's Ferry Services has expanded its fleet with the launch of a brand new vessel, Legend, unveiled during an official ceremony at the Cyril B. Rumney Tortola Pier Park on Sunday, February 2nd, 2025. Take a look at this report. On Sunday, February 2nd, 2025, at the Cyril B. Rumney Tortola Pier Park, during an official launch ceremony, Marjorie Smith, president of Smith's Ferry Services, along with the family-led team, unveiled a brand new vessel. The name is in honor of Smith's late father, Captain Ira Smith, who founded the company.
We came to be where we are. We were able to stay alive So, and they had others, Ocean Dreams with Captain Christopher, Native Sun also with Captain Stout. These men and their respective companies assisted whenever and however possible. I thank you and your crew for your hard work in ensuring continuity and sustainability in the transportation industry. I would be remiss not to mention a special thanks to Immigration and Customs on both sides, but in particular during COVID and now with the few regulations that are changing, Officer Ralston Williams, Officer Juliet Christopher, and Officer Nadia Demings here in Tortola. A lot of you don't realize the background work that goes into what we do and being compliant and all these things.
Since the company's relaunch in 2019, iLegend is the second vessel added to the fleet and is expected to service the route between the BVI and St. Thomas USVI with a seating capacity of 149. iLegend was described by Smith as a beacon of hope, symbolizing both the company's resilience and the expansion of the local ferry industry. Ricky Baines and Hakeem Farrington, both sons of Smith, will serve as captains of the vessel. Baines noted that he gained valuable skills while helping construct iLegend in Australia.
What type of chairs we want, what type of engines we want, and different sorts of stuff just to get the boat that you see today. So it's been a long road, challenging one, a lot of ups and downs, and it was very tough, and we're here today. Thank you for everyone for supporting us to even get here, because we wouldn't be here without the customers as well. We wouldn't be here without anyone supporting us. So I'm grateful for that. And we're just going to keep my grandfather's legacy alive as long as I'm breathing, for sure. All right, thank you.
For decades, Smith's Ferry Services has served as a key component and vital in connecting Virgin Islanders and visitors alike. The ferry service is immensely important to the ferry industry in the BVI and USVI communities, and the company's commitment to rebuilding after the devastation of Hurricanes Irma and Maria in 2017 stands as a testament to their dedication to these islands. Smith stated that before the storms, the company had approximately 6 vessels, but lost them all in the disasters. Since then, efforts to rebuild have now resulted in 2 operational vessels. She also highlighted the Bomba Charger, the first vessel added to the fleet following the company's relaunch in 2019, and the extensive efforts that went into reconstruction. The competition for the title of Miss Royal Virgin Islands Police Force 2025 has officially begun, as 3 dynamic women step forward to showcase their intelligence, strength, and dedication to service. The Royal Virgin Islands Police Force recently unveiled the contestants in a social media post. They are as follows: contestant number 1, Mrs. Tishima Smith Rampershard; contestant number 2, Delma Trevinier; and contestant number 3, Jonietta Bolton. As the competition unfolds, the public will get to know each contestant's version and aspirations of representing the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force. Their journeys will be documented through various appearances, interviews, and events. Up next, viewers, we have much more on the local scene. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Just give me my service. Yeah. Just give me my service. Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
Yo, everything good there?
Bye. This thing got me one way that day.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you,
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, I watching ball. I've been watching football, dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hooked, I tell you.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you all so much for sticking with us. Moving right along, the British Virgin Islands has announced a 20-member squad set to compete in the 2025 CONCACAF Under-17 Men's Qualifiers in Costa Rica. The team placed in the Group B will begin their campaign on Friday, February 7th, facing off against St. Martin, before taking on Trinidad and Tobago, host nation Costa Rica and Guyana. The winner of the group will secure a spot in the 2025 FIFA Under-17 World Cup. Speaking at a press conference on Monday, February 3rd, head coach Clinton Teeny Percival emphasized that his primary objective is to foster continuity while refining the skills of the young talent in the squad. He highlighted the importance of building team chemistry and maintaining consistency to ensure long-term development.
In terms of numbers, we have a squad of 20 players. So yeah, and it's a very mixed squad in terms of age. So because we're looking for continuity going forward also. So maybe next year, like Paul said, and the next few years we'll still have a few players with us playing, because for us it's about a good structure where all the players then can mesh together, and every year we don't have to change a complete team. So we're still looking at making sure we have younger players coming through. So after this tournament, we'll still have other players who will be able to play with us on the same thing. So at the moment, the squad that we're going to think, we have Toby Whiteside, Kyle Billingy, Robert Penham, LJ Scatliff, Lachelle Williams, Mark Tan, Kyle Farrington, Michael Finley, LaShawn Gibbs, Blake Kirk, Malik Fenton, Lucas Tatar, Roman Nibs, Zevik Abraham, DeAndre McSheen, Christian Vanterpool, Sam Sharma, Akeem Paddy, Dashell Dixon, Theo Combs, and Maurice Mark III.
This year marks the beginning of an annual structure for the competition, set to continue until 2030, presenting a vital opportunity for player growth. BVI Football Association Technical Director Paul Dekel stressed how the tournament will help elevate local footballers and across the region, as well as international standards required for sustained success in this profession.
The upcoming competition is now currently on the FIFA calendar. Under-17 World Cup is now going to be every year for the next 5 years. So this is an opportunity for us to, the players that we identify at the grassroots level that we bring through to our under-15 elite programs, this is an opportunity for them to represent at the top level in our region and give us a gauge of where we are at in terms of development. So we look at it as an opportunity to expose our players to top level competition, and as a technical staff to be able to, what are the takeaways that we can look at for the younger players coming up and how we can improve on our national teams moving forward.
Assistant coach Morris Mark Jr., who has been instrumental in training the goalkeepers, spoke on the team's preparation, focusing on physical and mental conditioning to adapt to game scenarios. He also pointed out that the 10 of the squad members are only 15 years old, meaning they will be eligible for next year's tournament and can apply the experience gained from this year's qualifiers.
One of the things that I've stressed with them is being game realistic, making them as comfortable as possible to be able to see the game, read the game, and make sure that they do the right things. From this U17 team, if you have to put numbers out there are 10 players on this team that are 15 years old, so which means they can play in next World Cup qualifiers again next year. That says a lot, because that means our program is developing. It hasn't been easy with a lot of these youngsters because it's a different mindset on what is expected of them and how we want them to move forward in terms of development. But there are also a lot of them that can play with the U20s, which we have been using the U20s to do some practice games, so they're getting a feel of what it is to be next level of competition. So it's been a good process for us as coaches, but it's also been a better process for them to get a better understanding of what's needed to go there and perform at the highest level.
Despite entering the competition as underdogs, players Latrell Williams and Christian Vanterpool expressed optimism about their chances. They emphasized their determination to put on a strong showing and make an impact on the tournament.
looking forward to this competition. We're looking for like a good result due to us being not so well-known country. So we're basically going in as an underdogs. So to come out successful would be a good thing for the country and our national team.
I'm looking for the team to compete, and like was said, we're the underdogs in our group. So we're looking to compete. I think it's a good experience for the team to see where we're at a national level.
The USVI's opening game against St. Martin on Friday will set the tone for the remainder of the tournament. Local commentator Cindy Roseanne is questioning the swiftness of the Director of Public Prosecutions in appealing the recent court ruling that cleared former Education Ministry official Myron V. Walwyn of any wrongdoing. The High Court's no case to answer decision delivered by Senior Magistrate Tamia Richards on January 21, 2025, effectively exonerated Walwyn and former Assistant Secretary Lorna Stevens in the Elmore Stout High School wall project case. The ruling found insufficient evidence against the two individuals. Despite the favorable outcome, the Director of Public Prosecutions, Tiffany Scatliff, has since immediately after filed an appeal, citing three key grounds: that the magistrate exceeded her jurisdiction, that crucial evidence was rejected by the court, and that the magistrate's decision was unreasonable. Roseanne described the appeal as surprising and troubling, noting that this is the latest in a series of lost cases brought forth by the DPP's office. She questioned why cases involving more violent matters have not received similar treatment, stating that she is open to being corrected on the trend.
All of us have sat for the past few years, and we have watched as the DPP has lost numerous cases. We've watched rapists go free. We've watched murderers, people that have, I'm going to say allegedly because I have to do that have allegedly, and there's strong evidence to support, cases. And, we have watched murderers released. People that have murdered our loved ones, they've been released on technicalities, on the DPP not doing, her job, or the evidence that was brought forward, or some technicality. And these people have been able to walk free. Murderers, rapists, child molesters who they hadn't gotten the brunt of, the law thrown at them based on what has been, put forward by the DPP. And so what I find really concerning that with all of that, I've not seen one single appeal.
The commentator also urged the wider community to use their voice to speak up when noticing such oddities, questioning, of course, why swift actions was taken in this case, and suggesting that it feels personal, whether it be from the DPP or external pressures on that particular office. Walwyn has consistently maintained his innocence in the matter, a stance he reiterated following the ruling. Speaking on the decision, that is, at a press conference last Thursday, he noted, and I quote, "There was no evidence because there was no wrongdoing." He emphasized that the magistrate's ruling aligns with what he had asserted long before he was officially charged in 2022.
We've seen the DPP lose so many cases, and not once did she appeal those. And if you guys know of any cases that the DPP has appealed, really and truly any cases that make sense that she has appealed in the past few years that she has been the DPP, just drop them here for me, because I've been doing my research and I couldn't come up with anything. So, that's why I felt like so many cases, she's lost and she has not moved to appeal them, right? But here she is within a day of the magistrate, passing down her decision with a no case to answer in this case with the Honorable Myron Walwyn and Miss Stevens. It wasn't even 24 hours and she filed an appeal. I don't want to overspeak, but for me, it feels personal.
Up next, we have some top regional stories as well as international news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Start the year off with more. More speed, more downloading, more savings, and more Fire. CCT Fire Fiber Internet gives you the speed you need to keep the whole family connected. Packages starting at $119 with speeds from 300 megabytes per second, super fast, unlimited downloads, even more reliable connectivity, plus free live streaming TV for the family to enjoy. Sign up for the absolute best fiber internet service in the BVI CCT Fire and pay no installation fee. Plus, get CCT Live TV for free. You deserve more. Get more with CCT. Life Unlimited.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you all so much for sticking with us. Dominica's KYANNA DYER has been crowned Miss OECS 2025, succeeding St. Lucia's Claire Smart. The pageant held over the weekend saw 5 contestants competing for the regional title. DYER, who currently serves as an information technology officer with the government of Dominica, brings significant pageant experience to her new role. Her previous titles include Miss Dominica 2024, Miss Convent High School 2019, and Miss Teen Dominica 2019. She also earned the Best Talent Award at the Miss Haynes Smith Caribbean Talented Teen Pageant in 2019. Here's a look at her in her Creative Culture Wear segment.
Take you on a journey where beauty, culture, and history collide. Welcome to Dominica. I am 21-year-old KYANNA DYER, and I present to you a texture of time with heritage dances. This creative piece is inspired by our warm duets, the fellow European and African ancestors, embraced by our Palinago people. The base is crafted from natural fibers like woven grass, llama, and backcloth, which honors the Palinago's deep connection with our land. My petticoats, the vibrant colors of green, yellow, black, and red, are a bold reflection of our national flag, a symbol of our resilience and energy.
St. Lucia's Timika Derville secured the first runner-up position, while Leisha Beach of St. Vincent and the Grenadines placed second runner-up. Now, viewers, the Miss OECS pageant, established in 1984, celebrates the grace, talent, and cultural heritage of young women across the Eastern Caribbean. USVI Governor Albert BRYAN Jr. has issued a directive ordering all government employees in the United States Virgin Islands not to cooperate with U.S. immigration and customs enforcement operations within the territory. Take a look at this report.
Immigration enforcement is a function of the federal government, not an effort aided by our own local agents. That is the sentiment of USVI Governor Albert BRYAN Jr. The governor's move comes amid an intensified immigration crackdown by President Donald Trump's administration, which has resulted in an increased federal presence in the USVI. Last week, Governor Albert BRYAN Jr. confirmed heightened federal activity at both the Red Hook Ferry Terminal on St. Thomas and the dock facilities on St. John to several local press agencies, emphasizing that federal agencies are not obligated to inform territorial officials before conducting such operations. The enforcement action sparked concern across social media platforms last Sunday, with unconfirmed reports suggesting ICE operations had extended to local resorts. In a recent directive, which was obtained by 284 Media, BRYAN emphasized that immigration enforcement is a federal responsibility and that local agencies should not assist in such efforts. The order specifically aims to ensure that government-managed spaces, particularly schools, remain areas of safety and stability regardless of a resident's immigration status. We have many citizens and legal residents, including children, whose first language is not English and may be understandably concerned by the presence of these federal agents in our community, he said. It is this administration's position that all areas under the stewardship of the government of the Virgin Islands should foster safety for all members of our community, especially children, regardless of the immigration documents they possess. End quote. Under the directive, public schools must bar ICE agents from entering buildings unless they present a warrant signed by a judicial officer. Administrative warrants alone will not suffice for entry to non-public spaces. Additionally, ICE agents are prohibited from speaking with students without parental consent, and school staff are not allowed to disclose immigration-related information unless compelled by a judicial order or subpoena. Any ICE presence on or near school grounds must be reported to superiors, and the Commissioner of Education must immediately inform the Attorney General of such activities. Law enforcement officers are also instructed not to assist ICE in immigration enforcement, as their primary role is to uphold territorial laws and protect residents. BRYAN said in closing, "As Virgin Islanders, we celebrate our community's diversity, and we will continue to protect the rights of all our residents." End quote. Jaka Wooding, 284 News.
A small medical transport plane crashed into multiple buildings in northeast Philadelphia on Friday evening, killing all 6 people on board and injuring several people on the ground. The aircraft, which was on a medical transport mission, carried a child patient, her mother, and 4 crew members. According to flight logs, the plane was in the air for only about a minute before crashing. Philadelphia Mayor Charlie Parker confirmed. Videos circulating online show the aircraft descending rapidly before erupting into a massive fireball upon impact. Witnesses reported, of course, burning debris scattering into the streets, damaging cars and buildings within the densely populated area. In an official quote, they said all 6 people on board were Mexican nationals. Mexico's Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated on social media platform X. The flight was en route to Springfield, Missouri, but crashed just 4 miles from Northeast Philadelphia Airport. The first emergency calls were made at approximately 6:12 p.m. local time. Authorities have yet to confirm the exact number of those injured on the ground. However, Temple University Hospital has treated 6 individuals affected by the crash. 3 were treated and released, while the condition of the remaining 3 remains unclear. State Representative Jared Solomon praised the swift response of emergency personnel, stating, and I quote, "In a time of profound tragedy, I was inspired to witness hundreds of our first responders sprinting towards danger to ensure the safety of our neighborhood." The crash site is located just blocks from Roosevelt Mall, a busy shopping center surrounded by residential homes and commercial establishments. Authorities continue to investigate the cause of the crash while emergency crews work to assess the full extent of these damages. That is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at 284media.com, and of course, follow us on our WhatsApp channel for daily updates, as well as our Facebook page, 284media, and 284BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. A happy Monday. Goodbye.